to the first episode of Beyond Class Hours, a show where we break down college programs in the Philippines, the highs, the lows, and everything in between. Today's episode is very, very dear to me. This felt like the perfect place to begin. We're kicking things off with a program that shaped my entire college experience, biology! So I know my experience is just the one thread in a much bigger story, so I invited a very, very special lecturer for today. She graduated cum laude from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, and is now such an inspiring content creator. Please welcome none other than Casey Iko!
Hi! Oh my gosh! Ang saya!
Actually,
So nice to
this
be
is our second time recording this intro.
So
Are you
isipin
ready?
how awkward this is.
Yeah. First things first, nung naghanap ako ng courses in college when I was in high school, I think one of the most valuable for me is yung why. I wanted to ask, why bio?
Ay, ang ganda. Una pa lang, ang ganda na.
Yes.
Because even me before, undecided din ako. Like, the one siguro na nanunood, baka wala pa kayong course in mind. That's totally okay if wala pa kayong degree program. Pero there will come a time na need mo na mag-decide.
Kailangan mo nang pumili.
Wala kang choice. Talagang mapipilitan kang mag-decide. So, for me, back then, na-peer pressure ako. Parang kung anong sikat na kurso or what my friends are getting in a degree program, sige, go na lang ako, ganun. Kasi ganun most of the time pag undecided.
I feel like a lot of students can relate to this, di ba? Na maraming students na kung ano yung kukunin na lang na course ng kaibigan ko, sige, go na lang. Kasi this is such a transformative time, but it's also a very unsure time for many.
But also, parang keep in mind to be responsible.
When choosing the program, oo.
Kasi hindi mo naman tropa yung sasagot ng exam nyo. So it's also important na I-realize din nun na you're interested in the course. You have to think long-term. Also, what career path you wanna be in. Kasi ganun yung long-term thinking which I did. Gladly, thank you to my younger self. Pumili ako ng pre-med. Kasi at that time, gusto ko maging doktor. Wow!
Okay.
Gusto ko maging doktor. And that time, popular kasi ang bio as a pre-med sa province namin. Like if you're gonna say bio, magme-med to.
Totoo.
Ganun
I
na yung
think
expectation.
Typical and usual na siya na nasa listahan ng pre-med
usually.
courses.
Yeah.
Bio, isa doon.
And other than that, ang laki ng influence ng bio teacher ko sa akin. Like, ang galing niya magturo. To the point na kahit mababa grades ko sa bio. Sobrang interesado ako sa kurso. Yun yung pinili kong degree program sa college. Kasi usually, yung iba ang pinipili nila kung saan sila magaling. Sa mga sciences, ang magaling ko, physics. Mag-grades yung pag-uusapan. Pero hindi ako tumuloy kasi mas nabudol ako sa bio.
Okay. So, why UP Diliman? Why did you choose the university?
So, the university.
Oo.
Actually, just like everyone else, I'm not different. UP is also my dream school.
Yes, okay.
Ever since naman mas naging malakas lang yung influence na mag-UP ako kasi yung high school ko Pisay. And it's like a big deal na makapasok ka lang sa UP. May mga review sessions talaga kami for UPCAT.
So specific talaga na you're preparing for UP.
Yes! Nung panahon ko, parang ngayon kasi parang they're preparing for Big Four na.
Okay.
Pero nung time ko kasi, sobrang big deal yung UPCAT ratio.
Okay.
Yung ilang students sa batch ang makakapasa sa UP. And they're gonna publish it. Kasi parang labanan siya ng campuses, I think. May ganong, ako mismo, I was pressured to do well. Pero not because pinapressure nila ako na kailangan makapasa sa UPCAT, pero because it's also my dream school. And nakakahiya din na, hindi ako makapasa, abag yung iba nakapasa. There's this pressure also.
Okay, so why Diliman naman? Kasi unlike other programs, bio naman is available in all UP campuses,
Yes,
di ba?
in
So
all
you can
UP
take bio in
campuses.
UPM, in UP Diliman, in UP Baguio, UP LB. So why Diliman specifically?
That's a nice question na. Kasi sa forms, yun yung mahirap din sagutin kung anong ilalagay mo sa first choice campus and then sa second choice campus. Yun yung struggle ko rin when I was applying, just to be honest. Sa akin kasi, UP Manila talaga initially yung first choice ko. For obvious reasons, kasi magme-med ako.
Okay.
Yun talaga pag magme-med, UPM. Kasi yun yung specialty nila.
Oo.
Specialty, pagkain. yung specialization nila. Sa UP Diliman kasi it's research-oriented ang Diliman, ang Los Baños, agriculture. So, you have to consider that. Since yun yung nasa isip ko that time, parang I was sure na, UPM. UPM
Okay.
dapat. And then, I had the privilege kasi to do a campus visit. Nagbakasyon.
Alam ko na saan papunta to.
Pero hindi, nagkataon lang. No offense.
Biglang
Okay.
binawi.
Biglang binawi. Itutuloy ko ba ba?
Pero honestly,
Oo,
bakit
honestly,
nag-shift to
Hindi
Diliman?
ko na-feel yung campus.
So you visited UP Manila
Um,
before the application season? or
Nag-internship ako sa
Okay.
UP Manila during my high school.
ano? Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I was there for, hindi ko na malala, 1 month?
Tagal!
Tagal, di ba? Ang tagal!
So what yung internship? Baka may interested na mag-intern din. Paano sila makakahanap ng mga ganon?
Yung sa amin kasi it was provided by the school.
Ah,
Sa
okay.
Tesay. So parang hindi talaga kami yung naglakad ng mga documents. So yun, nag-internship ako doon. Tapos parang I felt na, parang student na din ako ng UPM. Ganon. Tapos I realized, parang hindi ito yung ini-envision ko na campus. Although no offense naman.
Pero it's important kasi na before you decide on a campus, I always tell this to students na visit the campus at least once.
At least once.
Iba kasi siya sa pictures eh.
Yes.
Iba siya in person. Iba siya
Iba
when
siya in
you
person.
experience it in real life.
Nung time na, di ba, after ko mag-internship, parang hindi ko pa naman nakapag-decide na ayoko ng UPM. Wala namang ganung
Ah,
pumunta
okay,
sa isip
okay.
ko. Parang okay na experience ko lang what it's like, di ba, to be in UPM. Tapos nung kinontest ako sa UP Diliman, ng ilang beses, nung pabalik-balik kami sa UP Diliman, I realized, ay, ang ganda dito!
Okay,
Ang ganda
okay.
ng campus, ang liwanag, ang fresh ng air. Parang province na province. Parang it speaks to me kasi.
Tama,
Parang it's
oo.
home. Parang ito ata yung dream campus ko after all. Although na-visit ko rin naman ng Los Baños. Although issue ko kasi na masyado na siyang malayo.
Okay, yes. Convenience naman yung isa
Convenience
pang
din
factor.
kasi siya. So that's
Oo.
a factor also.
Kasi alam ko, madaming students ako confused when it comes to bio kasi it's such a broad field. So, for the students who are also confused or
Actually.
overwhelmed kung ano ba yung bio or if gusto ko ba talaga mag-bio, can you please explain what your program is about? Ano
Gets
ba yung
naman.
core ng bio?
Ayoko naman kasi silang i-technical.
Tama,
Kasi sabihin
oo.
natin, wala talaga silang any background sa bio.
Mas nakakatakot
Tapos magsasabi
na,
ako
oo.
dito ng mga technicalities. Mas lalo yung ayaw nila ng bio. No? So, let's make it simple. Di ba sa high
Yes.
school, bio is the study of life. So, yes, pag-aaralan nyo ang life. Living organisms, plants, microorganisms, animals,
Environment,
Bacteria.
health. Ano yung mga courses na tin-take nyo from, let's say, freshman to senior year? Just to give them a general
general.
structure or overview of how is the curriculum ba in UP Diliman for bio?
Gets. So, ganito yung experience. Kasi yung ano pala, yung course overview, if you want the technicals, you can like search it lang naman sa UP website.
Yes,
Lalabas
oo.
siya.
Oo.
Honestly, hindi ko alam bakit hindi ko siya ginawa. Before ako pumasok sa ano, oo.
Pero at least
Nag-respond
ngayon sila
talaga ako
magagawa
nun.
na nila, di ba?
Oo.
Oo.
Sa first year, you're gonna adapt to the environment.
Oo.
Which I think gets ng UP kasi hindi masyadong mahirap yung mga subjects. Oo. Kung nahihirapan kayo, ay girl, hindi pa yun mahirap.
May
yun yung
ibubuga pa
magiging
to.
realization nyo eh. Oo, yun yung magiging realization nyo sooner or later
Oo.
pag umabot na kayo ng 4th year. Pag umabot! It's like high school subjects pa rin. Pero
Okay.
it's more on a deeper level lang. Parang na-touch namin to nung high school. So parang there are times na nga na hindi ka napapasok, magka-cut ka na lang kasi napag-aralan naman namin yun sa high
Pero
school.
wag.
Pero wag, I'm just saying
Pero
that it happens.
Oo. Kasi mas familiar na sa'yo yung mga subjects first and second year.
Hindi siya
Oo.
bago sa'yo. So it felt na, kaya ko to, kahit hindi na ako makinig. Natatouch pa rin ng high school ang first year until second year first sem. Sa akin like there's still advantage from senior high, na-touch pa rin yung topics. And gusto ko lang sabihin na pagpasok nyo, hindi nyo agad aaralin ng bio.
Pero huwag kayong ma-surprise kasi baka mamaya pagpasok nila sa first year, ano ba to? Hindi naman to bio.
Oo, hindi naman to
Kasi
bio.
usually on your first year, may electives.
Yes, may minors. Yun yung mauuna yung aralin.
Yes.
Kasi-
And it's to make you holistic naman.
Yes, exactly. And ang reason kasi bakit hindi nyo maaaral muna ang bio because there are prerequisites. Like yung foundation, binubuo nila muna yon. No? So if you took Chem 16 sa first year, you can take general biology na. And for those na kukuha ng bio dahil iniiwasan nila ang math, sorry.
Sorry to disappoint
Bad
you.
news.
It was part of bio in so many ways talaga.
Sobra.
So what changed naman from first year, second year, and then to third year, fourth year? Kasi sabi mo, di ba, parang natatouch pa ng high school yung first,
Yes.
second year.
Oo.
So, paano pag third, fourth year na?
Doon alanganin na tayo. Kung hindi ka mag-aaral talaga, as in. Parang dito na ata prone talagang magpuyat ka. Dito na kasi papasok na you have to pick a specialization. So sa amin, sa UP Diliman, there's two. Yung pinili ko was cellular and organismal biology.
Okay.
Kasi ang budol nila, tung time na yon was, yun yung ginagamit talaga if you're gonna go to med.
Okay.
Kasi it's more on anatomy and physiology, it's more on lab works. Like talagang nasa laboratory ka, nag-experiment, nagma-microscope, talagang tinitignan mo. So matututo ka talaga with the physiology and anatomy of the organisms that you're looking at. And magagamit mo yun sa medicine, kind of builds your foundation already. Yung other naman is the environmental and
Okay.
ecological. Yun yung mga field works. Lagi sila nasa labas. As in, parang field trip sila lagi.
So, same lang pala yung specialization nyo with UPM. So, sa inyo, we have cellular organismal biology.
Yes.
And then,
COB,
ano
and
yung isa?
ecology, and environmental.
Ayun. And then sa
ecological.
UPM naman, we have biomedical environmental track and then microbiology.
May mga ano talaga sa amin madiskarte.
In what way?
In what way exactly?
Yeah.
Kasi usually, sa fourth year, may hirap yung mga subjects na nasa curriculum. Sa amin, actually, pwede mo namang i-shuffle.
Ah, okay.
So, parang kahit third year ka, pwede kang kumuha ng fourth year na subject as long as you meet the requirements.
Okay.
Kasi may prerequisites
Ah,
niya.
oo,
eh.
tama.
As long as you meet. Pero sa mga minors, wala naman. So kung ano yung inassign na minor na subject na kukunin mo dapat ng fourth year, pwede mong kunin sa first year. Ngayon, kasi ang ginagawa nila, honestly, i-share ko talaga yung mga
Okay.
tactics nila eh. Pag first year ka kasi, you have the priority sa enlistment.
Yes,
It
oo,
means
totoo.
prioritize ka. So kung 300 yung naka-enlist doon, tapos 60 students lang yung kukunin, nasa pinakataas
Oo,
ka. Unless lahat kayo may priority. Diba? May ganun eh. So for example, yung subject na yun, yung minor subject na yun, third year pa dapat kukunin. Pero hindi ka nakakuha kasi ng subject. So, ang ginagawa nila, kukunin nila yung subject na supposedly for second year or third year, tapos i-enlist nila, makakakuha sila kasi yung mga kalaban nila walang priority. Nung gumawa ko ng video about enlistment, ang misconception ng tao, mag-enlist ka lang daw pag delayed ka na. But honestly, hindi talaga. It's a thing
talaga, oo.
in a university. Sa UPD, ganon.
Oo.
Na
Enlistment
mag-enlist
is,
ka.
in college, we call it enlistment. Or
Yes.
specifically siguro sa UP, we call it enlistment. Pero in high school, siguro, mas familiar sila sa enrollment.
Enrollment, oo.
Oo, pero it's the same thing lang. The difference lang siguro is yung process mismo. Kasi in
Oo.
high school, di ba, may binigay na sa'yo na courses.
Courses, and then
babayaran mo na
mag-enroll ka na.
ganon.
Yeah.
Pero, in enlistment naman, ikaw mismo yung mag-i-info.
Tama.
Ikaw yung makikipaglaban sa slot.
Yes.
So, in your program naman, what are the common major requirements, submissions, deliverables na may expect ng mga students when they come into bio?
Sa mga nag-STEM dito, sa senior high school, di ba may specialization?
Yes.
Yung mga requirements nyo sa STEM, ganun lang din naman sa bio, honestly. So, may quizzes, may presentations, may reports. The only difference, I think, is merong research paper lagi at the end of
Lagi.
every course.
Lagi.
Lagi.
Sa amin din,
Lagi.
girl.
Parang pag sa senior high, parang sa ano lang to eh. Requirement for
Sa isa
graduation.
lang. Oo. Isang subject lang, isang
Subject
sem.
lang, oo.
Next sem, isa lang
Oo.
ulit, gano'n.
Oo.
Pero you have to expect na when you're in college, girl, every subject, meron.
Sa isang sem, marami kang research paper na gagawin at the end of every semester.
Which is an advantage naman kasi hinahasa ka talaga
Tama.
nila.
Yun
Pero
yung
yun nga
reason.
lang, the downside is, sobrang dami ng workload
Oo,
talaga.
sobrang stressful din, actually. Other than that, sobrang laming lab work. Because, girl, pag bio, hati talaga yun. Actually, hindi lang bio eh. Even in chem, even in physics, lahat ng mga science, may lecture component and then may lab component per
Which
subject.
is different nung high school,
Which is
di
different
ba?
from high school.
Oo. Kasi nung high school, isang subject lang for both na, di ba? Let's say, Monday, magla-lab kayo, and then Tuesday to Friday, lecture na. Parang ganon
Oo, tama.
Pero, in college, you juggle it together. Treated as
Yes.
separate in college.
Yes, honestly, dahil separate siya, sa amin, pinapayagan na lecture ang kunin mo this first sem and then mag-lab ka next sem. But don't do that. Girl, anong pumasok sa utak ko? Nakukunin ko yung lecture this sem and then
Bakit
magla-lab
mo kasi
ako.
pinaghiwalay?
Actually, hindi ako nakakuha ng slot.
Okay.
So technically, parang
As
hindi ko
much as
kasalanan.
possible, wag paghihiwalayin.
Wag paghihiwalayan. Kahit nahiwalay sila.
Also, to add to that, may mga courses din na same yung concepts na dinidiscuss. So,
Yes.
I think it's an advantage for students in your program in Diliman kasi, di ba nakakapili kayo ng sarili niyong course.
Yes,
So,
oo.
pwede nyo actually i-rearrange yung curriculum nyo or yung course nyo para yung mga subjects na, okay, nadidiscuss yung ganito, same lang, para na-reinforce lang yung lessons nyo.
Tama.
Hindi ka mahihirapan na, okay, first sem, kinuha mo to, tapos ituturo din pala sa second sem in another subject. Unfortunately, hindi namin magagawa yon sa amin. Pero the good thing naman is, yung curriculum namin, naka-arrange siya. Yung mga professors na mismo yung nag-arrange.
Ah,
Yes. So actually,
I
nung
see.
mga fourth year, medyo okay na.
I see.
Mahirap pa rin. Pero
I see.
medyo okay na siya kasi na-reinforce na yung concepts and yung lessons.
Actually, tama yung sinabi ni Patricia kasi yung binibigay na guide, yun talaga dapat yung susundin kasi pinag-isipan na nila yun.
Oo, yes.
Pero kasi, ideally, dapat susundin mo siya eh. Pero kasi,
In an ideal world.
Ay, in an ideal world, oo. Pero as we've said, may enlistment kasi, may
Yes.
slots na kinukuha, minsan hindi ka nakakakuha. So instead of like, iyak ka na lang dyan na hindi ka nakakuha, dumiskarte ka na lang. Like,
Oo.
kung ano yung pwede mong kunin for this semester, na supposedly hindi mo dapat kukunin kasi hindi siya nasa guide, you can actually try to get a slot for that specific course.
So aside
Yes.
from lab work, is there internship opportunities ba in bio sa UPD?
Actually, hindi kami nag-intern
Talaga?
sa amin.
Huh?
Yes, like yung, as in yung parang papasok ka, right?
Oo.
Sa isang, hindi
Yes.
kami nag-intern.
Bakit? Nakakagulat. Bakit?
Totoo ba? May internship ba?
Sa amin meron.
Internship mo?
After third year, mid-year, before
interesting.
mag fourth year.
Before mag-fourth year, third
Before,
year.
Yes,
Oo.
before mag fourth year, different siya kasi for specialization. Again, I've mentioned, di ba?
I
May
see.
biomedical environmental and then may microbiology. So kaming microbiology, we can choose industries. And then yung iba naman na biomedical environmental track, sila naman yung nag-field work.
Parang yun yung internship nila, yung fieldwork.
Yes, oo.
Ah, okay.
Tapos parang they work under a research project. So kunwari may institution, let's say DOST, and then may ongoing project sila, nag-a-apply sila doon, and then kasama sila as researchers doon. So parang sinashadow nila yung mga established scientists na. So, I think that's one thing to prepare if you wanna go to bio. Kung gusto mong ma-expose sa
Yeah.
iba't ibang field, I think you have to think about your internship.
So yung thesis kasi, sa third year, dun ka napipili ng thesis advisor. Actually,
Okay.
you're gonna pick kasi kung anong laboratory gusto mong pumasok. Kasi you're gonna apply for a lab. Sa akin, nag-apply ako sa fungal laboratory.
Lab to do your thesis.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you're gonna pick also your thesis advisor. Na siya yung nag-handle ng lab.
Oo.
Actually, yung sa akin kasi, thesis advisor, yung priority ko, hindi yung lab.
Yun lab.
So parang ano na lang yun, di ba? Sumunod
bonus
na
na
lang,
lang.
bonus
Oo.
na lang. O, hindi ko pinag-isipan. But there are other people kasi yung lab, yung target
Priority,
nila, yung
oo.
priority nila na makapasok. Nahihirapan ako maghanap ng thesis advisor. Kasi late na ako nag-email.
Ayan.
kakaisip
Ayan.
kung sino. Kaya wag na kayo mag-isip.
Prepare ahead of time talaga. Oo.
Kasi meron naman na kayong first, second year eh.
Oo.
To actually think about it, honestly. Hindi lang kayo pressure that time. Kasi parang syempre nag-a-adjust pa kayo, right? Pero I think it's something to consider na ano kaya pwedeng thesis, anong interest ko, para you know what to say to your research advisor.
Oo.
Kasi it's important na you're interested.
Can you walk us through, ito, I think, occupational hazard for both of us. Can you tell us
I see!
a day in your life as a student in bio?
Actually, ang interesting kasi dito, iba yung day in the life mo pag first year ka. Sa second year, actually per sem, iba-iba. Kasi as I said, pag first year, especially pag alam mo na yun, may kumpiyansa ka na alam ko naman na yan. Technically, honestly, wala akong study routine nung first year
Okay.
ako. Like, I was
So,
the
you just wing
BS
it na lang?
org. Yes, girl! Like, kasi naalala ko pa to eh. Technically, nagka-quiz ako na walang review. Yes! Dumating ako sa ganung point.
Ang tapang, girl!
Girl, like, ang dami kong orgs na in-applyan. Hindi ko alam saan siya nanggagaling. Siguro nga kasi naging kampante ako with what I know from high school. Tapos hindi ko alam, it will come to an end pala nung second year, second sem. So, way back, wala akong study routine. Pumapasok ako. After kong pumasok, hindi ako nagka-cut ng class ha. Hindi ako nagka-cut ng class. So, technically, yung lecture, yun na yung review ko.
Okay.
Yes, and then after that, I'm gonna go to my org na. So, honestly, that time, nahirapan ako. Especially if my exam, di ba wala akong study routine? So, na-try ko yung hindi natulog. Tapos yung makukuha mo lang score average. Tapos yung mga iba, there are times pa nga kahit mag-aral ka, babagsak ka eh.
Totoo.
Hindi ko alam kung college student, kung hindi mo yun mararanasan, ay hindi ka
Ewan
college
ko,
student.
hindi mabubuo yung college experience mo.
Actually, second year, second sem, doon na talaga yung hindi kayo familiar. So, I think by this time talaga, required na magka-study routine ka. Maglalaan ka ng big schedule for your thesis. Like, most of your time,
Yes.
mag-thesis ka na. Yun na yung
That's
day in the
aside
life.
from, let's say, 7 to 12 na classes mo, di ba? One thing that I think students have to note is, hindi siya kasama ng schedule mo, yung thesis.
Hindi siya kasama.
Yes, you have
Hindi
to
siya
work
kasama.
outside of
Yeah.
class hours nga.
Technically, gagamitin mo yung free time. Free time, quote and
Yes.
quote. Oo.
Minsan, kami, usually, nagsistay kami parang, natatapos yung classes namin siguro mga 3. Tapos hanggang 10, 11, nasa campus pa kami.
Oo, hanggang hating gabi.
Oo, ganun talaga siya.
Kung gusto mong graduate on time talaga, sometimes, depende dun sa research topic mo,
Oo.
it can take a lot of time. To the point na there are people na nade-delay.
I think students have to take this into consideration kasi thesis is such a big deal talaga.
Yeah.
Na students get delayed for it talaga kasi they want to finish it. And also yung mga thesis advisors mo, di ba? They require certain results, they require certain methods. And these methods kasi minsan matagal siya gawin.
Oo, yung
Diba?
procurement pa nga lang ng materials.
Exactly. Problema
Diba?
din yun.
Problema din yun. Actually, methodology, mahirap gawin. Kasi there are a lot of problems you're gonna encounter along the way. Na nung you were writing the paper, hindi mo naisip. Naisip mo na lang sa execution na, may na-encounter akong ganitong problem.
Oo, totoo.
So you have to research
Iba
again.
pa, oo. Minsan kailangan mong ibahin yung methods mo.
Oo. Minsan hindi nagpakita yung results na expected.
Yes.
So you have to make it work
So,
again.
paano na, di ba?
Diba? Oo.
You mentioned kanina, we took a short break.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned kanina yung culture in UPD.
Oo.
So, I know maraming org in UPD.
Talaga, sobrang
I
rami.
think sobrang common niya. Di ba may mga org fair pa kayo?
Yes!
So, can you talk about yung mga home orgs for bio or just other orgs na maybe students in your program will be interested in?
Yung culture ng org sa amin, napakalaki. To the point na yung akala mong walang org for that, meron. You just have to search for it.
Okay.
Legit, kaya pumunta kayo sa org fair nga kasi doon mo makikita yung lahat ng klase ng org. Like for example, yung bike, may org for bikes.
For cycling?
Yes.
Grabe,
Ang dami talaga, ang dami. Sayang nga hindi ako nakasali.
Hindi lang siya for
Nalaman ko na
program.
lang. Hindi lang siya for program.
Parang for hobbies din.
For hobbies din.
ganon.
Yes,
Ang
exactly.
saya naman.
Ang saya diba? So there are 3. Una na yung UP, PMHS, and then UP
Home org.
ABM, Home
Okay.
Org. UP ABM, which is I'm part of.
Okay.
Nakatulong talaga siya sa akin. And then, UPZS, Zoological Society.
So, dito naman sa amin sa UPM, meron
Yeah.
kaming UP Biomass, which is UP's home org. Specific siya to bio. And then, yung isa naman is Biological Sciences Society, if I'm not mistaken, ha? Pero yun naman is university-wide naman siya. How has the org life helped you naman?
Ako kasi, I'm not really a fan of puro ACADS lang. Kasi talaga, you can learn a lot outside of the classroom.
Yes.
So talagang gusto ko din ma-build yung mga ibang skills ko other than the technical skills needed sa degree program natin. Kasi talagang kailangan yun eh.
Yes.
Naisip ko na rin na, I have other interests din naman, hindi lang biology. So it's a perfect time to join organizations. Kasi at least kahit, for example, interesado ako sa MassCom, sa MassCom, pwede akong mag-join ng org doon.
Yes.
And then I still get to live my dream kahit na hindi ko siya course.
Parang nagiging outlet siya eh,
Yes,
yung org.
exactly. And parang bonus na rin na you get to have skills. May mga logistics, gano'n.
Oh, yes. Oo.
Diba?
Iba't-ibang department
Iba't-ibang,
eh.
yes.
So, you learn leadership din.
Exactly.
Oo. You learn from other people and you also learn how to lead.
Hindi lang siya makakatulong sa career mo, but even in ACADS.
Yes.
Kasi may ACADS committee ang mga organizations and they have this, I don't know if you have this sa org nyo, but I think meron, yung mga libraries where they give you yung mga notes ng
Resources. Yes.
yeah, mga
Oo.
academic resources. Tapos,
Super nakakatulong.
diba? Tapos meron pa yung mga Old Testaments, ang tawag namin.
Old Testament talaga.
Old Testaments ang tawag namin
Okay.
dun sa mga iniwan ng mga higher years. Napaka-accessible lang yan, basta part ka ng org.
Which is so helpful, di ba? Kasi
Super.
it saves you so much time.
Super, yes. Especially sa notes.
Yes.
Pag okay yung notes na nandoon.
Girl, dali mo na lang sa class, tapos
Yes,
yun na yung
exactly.
basis mo, compare mo lang.
Pag hindi mo maintindihan, minsan yung notes ng iba, mas naiintindihan mo pa kaysa dun sa handout na binabasa mo.
Okay, so you mentioned kanina na bio is such a broad field and maraming nag-shift after graduation.
Yes.
Yes. So ano,
Yes, nababawasan tayo.
Tama.
Diba? Per year level, nag-shift na sa ganito.
Parang umiiba na yung priorities. So ano-ano ba yung mga career path na pwede nilang i-explore after graduation?
I see, there's a lot. Kasi naman,
A
diba?
lot talaga.
A lot. Ang misconception nga kasi is, ginagamit pre-med lang ang bio. So, pag nag-bio ka, med yan.
Oo.
But honestly, marami pang ibang career paths. Yung na-mention na natin kanina, researcher. Diba? Kasi research-oriented din naman ang biology. Pwede ka rin maging instructor.
Yes.
Diba? You can teach. If you like teaching, you can do that. Other things naman, yung mga non-traditional aspects na tayo. May mga alumni na kakilala ko from US Bio na nag-business, nakapasok sa corporate,
Okay.
na naging marketing girly.
Sabi ko nga kanina, diba? We were talking behind the scenes, pero there are pros and cons when it comes to bio. Diba?
Yes.
It's such a broad field na literally kapag mag-decide ka after graduation, ayoko na pala mag-med. Okay
Oo.
lang. Okay lang yan.
Oo.
Okay lang. May marine biology, may
Yes,
zoology,
yes.
may microbiology. May explore nila yan habang nasa college sila, diba?
Yeah.
Hello everyone, Editing Path here. I just wanted to add a few additional notes here because I feel like I wasn't able to expand on this enough and I wanted to give justice to this topic of conversation. So when I was in high school, just like Casey, and I'm sure just like many of you, akala ko rin na medicine is the only path you can pursue after studying bio. But when I specialized in microbiology during my third year in college, I discovered an entirely new side of biology. It was fascinating in a way I never anticipated, and for the first time, nakita ko ang biology not just as a path to medicine, but as a field na sobrang impactful sa health and environment natin. For example, in microbiology, we learn how to identify and study bacteria, viruses, fungi, the invisible microorganisms. So after graduation, pwede kami magtrabaho sa mga clinical and research laboratories, so dito chin-check namin yung samples from patients if may infectious diseases. We can also work as a research scientist, epidemiologist, or immunologist, so ilan sa mga pinag-aaralan namin dito ay kung paano kumakalat ang mga sakit and also how our immune system responds to these infections. We can also work at food, beverage, and pharmaceutical companies, so dito naman we check products, medicines for possible contaminations. Again, there's so much more you can do with biology, far beyond the usual path to medicine.
Pwede naman kayo mag-shift. Honestly.
Yes, okay.
You're given the option naman to shift.
Yes.
Pero kasi, for me yung pag-shift kasi minsan ginagawa lang joke, nahihirapan na ako, shift na lang ako to an easier course.
Spontaneous lang.
Diba?
Oo, very
Pero,
impulsive. Oo.
Kailangan maging responsible din tayo. Kasi shifting is also a process na nakaka-stress.
Mahirap.
Mahirap siya. Kaya hindi nga lahat natutuloy mag-shift eh. Kasi ayaw na nila dumaan dun sa process. So if you're really serious about it, syempre magagawa mo siya, yung shifting process. Pero if your reason lang naman is, ang hirap na ito, ayoko na, mag-shift na lang ako to an easier course, walang easy course.
Isipin mo lahat mahirap
Oo,
talaga.
exactly. And dati naman kasi, nag-enjoy talaga ako sa bio. Kasi
Dati?
mababaw lang yung alam ko. And then, when you go deeper kasi into something, dun mo na makikita na, wow. So, ganun din yung parang first impressions nyo sa lahat ng course. You only know kasi yung superficial lang.
Use your first year as an advantage talaga to explore your current course. If you're in bio, explore mo yung mga different programs kasi nandiyan ka na sa loob ng program, 'di ba? Talk to your professors, talk to your ates and kuyas in bio, 'di ba? Kung gusto mo ba talaga ng program na to para makapag-shift ka agad as early as you can.
Yes,
Diba?
tama. That's
Yes.
also a strategy din kasi para hindi ka ma-delay,
Oo.
you're gonna get puro minors na lang. Para sa susunod na sem, yung majors mo na lang dun sa pinag-shiftan mo ng course.
Oo. Pero, if let's say, nasa third year ka na or fourth year, so gusto mo talaga mag-shift, go for it, di ba? At the end of the day, it's your journey naman. It's no one else's. So, if you see yourself enjoying in this program, and then go, di ba? Okay, so final notes na. If you could give an advice to a student who, maybe in high school, na gustong makapasok sa bio, what would your advice be to that student?
As in, gustong makapasok sa bio.
Yes.
Like, decided na
Yes.
talaga siya. Oh, that's nice! First of all, congratulations! Kasi decided kang pumasok sa bio. Not every high school student has that
Knows,
feeling
oo.
na alam mo talaga na decided ka. So, just enjoy the course. Kasi bio is a hard degree program. Diba? I don't know about the other degree programs, pero sa bio talaga mahirap, magsa-struggle ka. But you don't have to always prioritize studying. Kasi bio is the study of life. Pero baka minsan you forget na you have to live your life as well
Wow,
while
that's
studying
so
it.
nice.
Actually, yun talaga yung yung sinasabi namin sa course namin sa sa org sa ADM. We don't just study life. We live it.
the life. Ay, ang ganda.
Kasi nakaka-weird.
Alam mo, yung student.
Kasi, di ba? And especially for you na, alam ko na nape-pressure ka because bio is super popular. So, ibig sabihin, marami kang kalaban ng slots. So, even if nakapasok ka sa Diliman, like, pasok yung UPG mo, lalabanan mo pa rin yung slots.
Oh, it's not guaranteed
It's not
na.
guaranteed. And
Oo.
the fact na popular nga siya na course, kailangan mataas yung UPG mo for you to actually get in. So, don't pressure yourself that much kasi that's out of your control na eh. So, just do your part and prepare. Kasi honestly, nung nag-take ako ng UPCAT, parang feeling ko hindi ako nakapasok ng UP Diliman at Bio. I feel like epic fail ako sa UPCAT. Kasi yung math ko, hindi ko natapos. Naapektuhan na rin ako sa RNC's, Reading Comprehension. Kasi parang, siya, domino effect. Ayun lang, just do your part. Kasi hard work never betrays. See, I'm in bio right now.
Yes.
Even though I thought I didn't do well. Apparently, I was hard on myself lang pala.
Tama.
So baka ganun din. For those undecided.
Sige, pwede naman, undecided.
Hindi, actually. Sa biology kasi sa amin natatalinuhan ako sa lahat ng classmates ko. So, take advantage of that. Kasi doon mo marirealize na, ganito pala silang mag-aral. Natututo rin ako sa
It's a
kanila.
learning experience for
Yes,
everyone.
so kanina pa namin sinasabi, don't be shy to ask. Siguro we cannot guarantee na all the people you're gonna ask for help, they're gonna help you, but someone will.
Sabi nga,
Tapos,
if you don't ask, the answer will always be no.
yeah.
So, try, di ba?
So, try. Tama.
So, that pretty much sums up our episode for today. Thank you so much,
Thank
Casey.
you.
Any last words to our audience?
Oh yeah, so hi! For those who don't know me yet, no, I'm Casey. I'm actually, inintroduce na pala niya ako nung una, na ano na ako. Anyway, you can follow me naman on my socials. I'm active on TikTok and Facebook. Although I'm gonna be active on YouTube. Kaya tamang-tama tong pang-guest niya sa akin. Thank you guys.
Yay! Okay! Thank you so much, Casey!
Thank you! Oh my God!
Oh my gosh, thank you so much!
Thank you so much.